Welcome to Winging It. We're playing Arkham Horror the card game today. This is Silas and Amanda playing the Lair of Dagon. This is the 7th scenario in the Innsmouth Conspiracy. There's no deck upgrade video for this because they have to play the same decks they played last time, although we got to add some relics in. But I will briefly flash up their decks. Here is Silas's deck and Amanda's deck. Now let's drop open hands and get started. Silas, 5 cards. Okay, so we have Sharp Vision, Granny Orn, Quick Thinking, and Siren Call. We definitely want to keep the Granny Orn. I'm inclined to keep the Liquid I found. Getting clues quickly at the beginning is really strong. We'll draw. we get to replace the weakness right away, so might as well do that before we talk anymore. Okay, Unrelenting, great for getting to draw some cards. We'll keep probably even the Sharp Vision, I guess, and we'll drop the Quick Thinking, and we'll just go hard on clues. I think we can evade enemy management if we need to. So, all right, we get a lucky. Okay, so. We're set up for clues with Silas. Okay, now Amanda, I went ahead and put the Studious out just so we can see what we're doing, which lets her draw 7 cards for opening hand. Okay, so we've got Eye of Truth would be a nice early, just throw it down under her. We get to replace the weakness. Laboratory System we definitely want to keep. Dream Enhancing Serum we definitely want to keep. 3 Aces will be a nice trigger for the Dream Enhancing Serum. Let's actually we can put the Inquiring Mind on her. Let's keep the Eye of Truth. The Dream Enhancing Serum. We will throw back the Deduction and the Momentum. We want to hit the Deduction with Practice Makes Perfect. And we're really planning to do a setup turn anyway, so we'll draw 2 more cards. The Inquiring Mind goes under her. First turn, we get, a Pathfinder. Oh, man, we can't afford all of this good stuff. And a Perception. All right. Okay. Man, the Pathfinder would save actions. Dream Enhancing Serum will keep our hand full, which is important. Now let me shuffle these decks, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I've removed the Studious from the board, but I also have here Thomas Dawson, which I got to put into play in one of the players. I went ahead and gave it. Last time I gave it to Silas because I was thinking, oh, he's the enemy management guy. But actually, I've tried to make them both flex, and I realized, since I had to take Lena Harper out of Amanda's deck, and Silas has 2 good allies, might as well just put him in Amanda's deck. She can fight. She uses the combat with the Time Worn brand, and she likes the willpower. So Thomas Dawson gives her a willpower and a fight, and after an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, even if the attack was canceled, you can exhaust Thomas Dawson, and that investigator draws 1 card. So just good to have for her, and she can still put her lab assistants into play, and it's a nice soak. The other thing is, I put this out on the board, is the Teachings of the Order. This is relevant. I haven't used any of these, and I've played this scenario through a couple times, and I can tell you this is a very handy card. So it's a permanent, and you can exhaust it and choose one of the effects you have not chosen this campaign. So it's a free trigger. You can remove all curse tokens from the Chaos bag. You can remove a flood token from a non-sanctum location. Very important at the end of the scenario. Makes the end of this scenario so much easier, assuming we get there. And then defeat a non-elite enemy at your location. There's also a big health enemy, non-elite enemy that shows up. So very, very useful. We'll keep it on the board for now. I might take it off later just to preserve, keep the information fairly clean. All right, let's take a look at the agenda. All right, this is the initiation. We got version 1. The interior of the old Masonic Hall is eerily quiet aside from the distant plink of dripping water and the creaking of the building under the weight of your feet. You get the feeling that your arrival may have been expected. First, when your turn begins, if you are at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air. When your turn ends, if you did not enter an unflooded or partially flooded location during your turn, take 5 direct damage. Oof. It's a 6 doom threshold. Okay, and then we have our act is the First Oath. Okay, each suspect enemy gains +2 health, loses aloof, and cannot be parlayed with. And then we have a free trigger to spin the blue, red, white, or yellow key to discard each obstacle card attached to your location. Objective: if each surviving investigator is at the grand entryway and the investigators have unlocked the entrance to the cave, advance. Okay, some other interesting points in this scenario is that we have to start with 5 curse tokens in the Chaos bag because of how many memories we have. And then Esoteric Gilman is the suspect we have to deal with. So she's set aside. All right, so let's take a look at the grand entryway. Say 1 shroud, 0 clue location. It's connected to each cave location, and vice versa. There are no cave locations. And then you can take an action to resign. You've had enough of this place. Investigators at the grand entryway spend the purple key and the 6 clues as a group. And remember that you have unlocked the entrance to the cave. So that is how we advance. Okay, beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. And she will get... Okay, practice makes perfect. No complaints there. We are going to go ahead and stick the Inquiring Mind under her. It's a nice setup card for her. So, what are we going to do? We're going to play the Lab Assistant. We're going to play the Dream Enhancing Serum. And then we probably want to move into a location. We'd like to get some information, so I think Silas goes first. All right, so Silas will action 1. Move into this first hall here. Okay, this is the Hall of the Deep. It's a 3 shroud, 2 clue location. It has an action to spin the red key. There's an audible click as the crest of blood fits into the stone altar. Put the set aside statue story asset into play under your control, cursed side face up. After the Hall of Deep is revealed, increase its flood level and is victory 1. Okay, action 2. We're going to spend 4 resources to put Granny Orn into play. Then for our third action, we're going to investigate. We're at 3v3. We're going to go ahead and commit Unrelenting. And we will seal on it 2 zeros and a +1. Obviously, I'm just doing this for the card draw. I don't expect to pass with these kind of shenanigans, although with Lucky and Granny Orn, I suppose I could. But I probably won't burn a resource in a Lucky for this. And I can't play Look What I Found because I don't have enough resources for it. All right, so we get to draw 2 cards. We get another Look What I Found and a Brute Force. So now we do have the ability to moderately fight. Okay, so we are at 4v3, although we will definitely be pulling back Unrelenting. Okay, the tablet is -3. If you fail, place each key you control on your location. We only have 1 tablet in the bag. We actually have 2 cultists and 1 tablet, and that cultist is terrible. But anyway, we don't have a key, so this isn't a big deal. We do fail by a lot. We can't Granny Orn it, so we just take our cards and be happy. Okay, now, so for Amanda, she will take her first action to put down a Dream Enhancing Serum. Her second action, we will spend 2 resources to play Lab Assistant. We want to do it in this order so we can potentially trigger the Dream Enhancing Serum. We draw 2 cards from the Lab Assistant. We get Perception and Lab Assistant. So the Perception allows us to do Dream Enhancing Serum, and we draw Crack the Case and Dream Enhancing Serum. Alright, so pretty happy that we'll be able to solve our econ issues. We can get out Pathfinder next turn, assuming all goes well. I think we take one more action. We're going to go into the first floor hall. I believe getting in there, getting the clues from there, it seems that will allow us to get the key that opens up the Halls of the Deep, because I do remember that. There's an argument that we could move up and start just making progress in the scenario, because we don't need these clues right away, although I think they will help us advance. I think we just move in. So. Okay, so this is the Hall of Blood. It is 3 shroud, 2 clue location. After Hall of Blood is revealed, place the set aside red key on it. And after you fail a skill test while investigating Hall of Blood, you take 1 horror. Okay, and there are 2 clues there. Okay, for upkeep, Silas will draw Peter Sylvester. Well, he'll be able to evade really well if we can just get enough resources to get it done. Doesn't really jive with Look What I Found, though. Alright, and then Amanda will get the Awakened Mantle. So this isn't really useful right now, because there's not that many flooded locations, but it's something that we'd like to get done later. It's also decent icons. If we need to evade an enemy in a pinch. Okay, we're at 1 doom, and Silas will draw Initiate of Dagon. You spawn at an empty location. While Initiate of Dagon has no doom on it, it gets +2 fight and +2 evade. At the end of the round, if Initiate of Dagon is ready and there's no doom on it, place 1 doom on it. So I think, we could brute force this guy. It's probably okay. We'll put him up in this middle area. We're okay if it gets a doom and gets easy, and then we can just punch it, and then we don't have to worry about brute force. So that's good. Alright, and then Amanda will draw. And she gets Secret Gathering. So we add 1 curse to the Chaos Bag. I'll do that. Okay, if you fail, test for willpower. If you fail, place 1 doom on each cultist enemy and take 1 horror, 2 horror instead, if 1 or more curse tokens were revealed during this test. So, we could Eye of Truth this, but I think there's better targets. Because of Thomas Dawson and Inquiring Mind, we're at 6 v4, which is not terrible. We'll go ahead and commit this Dream Enhancing Serum to it, putting us at 7 v4. So 3 up. Okay, we get a -3, so we pass. Okay, beginning of the round. Amanda draws a card. She gets Momentum. Alright. We have to put a card under her. We can put the Perception under her. The reality is that we are probably... we can investigate, and put down the Pathfinder. Or we can investigate Practice Makes Perfect to get a deduction. Potentially. And get the clues. Get the key, put down Pathfinder. We're probably not doing multiple investigates, honestly. But it's okay. I mean, putting a perception under her means that, I mean, it just is going to get it in the discard so we can draw it again later to do the Dream Enhancing Serum. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, we'll put the perception under her. We really would like to get both clues. And of course, it's not a for sure thing that we hit the deduction, but it's going to take an action to get the right key. And we would like to be able to get the Pathfinder down to get some momentum going. But all right, so I think she will go first. She'll take her first action to investigate. She is only at 5v3. We can probably throw the lab assistant in first, but we'll go ahead and, in the first window of this test, spend 1 resource to play Practice Makes Perfect. Look through 9 cards. Okay, well, we see the deduction right off the top, so that's what we're looking for. All right, so we'll grab it. All right, so that gets her to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 v3. We got a lot of curse tokens in the bag. I can't really go too much on this. We will commit Lab Assistant to be 7 v3. Commit the Awakened Mantle to be 8 v3. All right, we pull a 0. Okay. So we pass. The deduction comes back into hand. We get both clues. Oh, I don't know actually why I was thinking it takes her action to get the red key. It doesn't. That was my mistake. So we get the red key as well. We draw 2 cards from the perception. So we get Practice Makes Perfect and Inquiring Mind. We can play Crack the Case to get 3 resources. All right, we will spend the 3 resources on our second action to play Pathfinder. For now, I'm going to go ahead and move the Teachings of the Order off the board, but if I play it, which I certainly will, or use it, I will bring it up. I just want to keep the board as clean as I can. We'll exhaust Pathfinder to move. And I think we'll take our last action to go ahead and move in. So we could commit the deduction to Silas. He would be at a 3, 4. We could commit the perception to Silas. Her other perception to Silas. I don't think we want to do that. I mean, we could do that, and he could commit the sharp vision to get the clues. We could save the look what I found. It does allow us to get both clues quickly. I mean, yeah, that means we could save resources to put Peter in, which actually sounds really good to me. The question is, do I pile in an Unrelenting to try and get some card draw? And the answer is, I think I don't. I do like the idea of going ahead and using Sharp Vision and that gets Sharp Vision in his discard. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I think there's all kinds of good reasons to do that. So Amanda will go ahead. You know what? She doesn't even have to commit the perception. She can commit the Inquiring Mind. That's pretty good. All right, we'll do that. So he will investigate. All right, Silas will commit the Sharp Vision. Amanda will commit the Inquiring Mind. So he's at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 3. We want to succeed by 2. You know, I think I'll commit the Unrelenting. Risk losing it, but it's not terrible to get it in this card. We'll seal the 2 cultist tokens on it and -4. Okay. So we are now at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, D3. Selling the cultists so we don't have auto fails, basically. More auto fails. Alright, and we get the Elder Sign. Okay, well, we have nothing to commit from our discard, sadly. But we do pass. We'll pull back the Unrelenting. The Sharp Vision goes off. So we get both clues. Then I think we move in and take a resource. So, I mean, we could play Peter Sylvester right away. Move, attack next turn. Actually, I do like that. I'm going to take a resource and then play 3 resources to play Peter Sylvester. So now I've got a nice willpower of 4. It's pretty good. Okay, upkeep. Silas gets Eucatastrophe and a resource. Amanda gets 3 aces. Yeah. She gets to exhaust the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card. Okay, she gets Nihilism. Or 2 Doom. We're at 3 of 6 Doom because of the Initiative Dagon. Silas draws a locked door. Okay, we can put this anywhere we want. We'll put it on the Halls of the Dead. The Halls of Blood. Mana gets Esoteric Ritual. Test 4 willpower. If you fail, either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand, or discard an asset you control. If one or more curse tokens are revealed during this test, do both instead. So the question is this a good target for Eye of Truth? You know, this one can really ruin your day. There's another one that I really did want to do, but I feel like this is pretty good to take out of circulation. So we'll go ahead and throw Eye of Truth on this. So that gets her, she's got 1 from Thomas Dawson, so she's at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 4. We do have Granny Orn if we need it. Is there something I would practice makes perfect on this? No, we'll just do this. If it doesn't work, then we'll catch it the next time around. And we pull Tablet, which is -3 if you fail. So we don't fail. So this goes into the victory display with the Eye of Truth on it. And we don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay. Well, we've been lucky with the curses so far, but that may not happen for forever. Okay. At the beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. She gets 3 aces. We've got all of our copies of 3 aces already. So I think Silas just clears the way to go in and kill the Initiative Dagon. And then, we have to put something under Amanda. We're going to put a momentum under her. I don't think she's actually doing much this turn, but... Alright, so Silas will go first. Action 1 and 2, he'll move. The Initiate of Dagon engages him. Then he is going to look at the Foul Corridor. So you have it's a 2 shrouds or location. You have an action to spend the black key. Remember that you have unlocked the 3rd floor. Alright, so last action. He will take a shot at... He's going to punch. He's at 4v2, the Initiate of Dagon. Question is, do we want to draw cards here? Commit the Unrelenting, draw cards. I think it's good. Yeah, we'll do it. So the Unrelenting, we're going to, because we can Lucky or Granny Orn, we will seal the +1 and 2 zeros. We draw 2 cards. We get Emergency Cash. Nice. And Daring. Elder Sign. I like this Unrelenting. So we'll obviously pull back the Unrelenting. And he's defeated. Okay, so Amanda will take an action. She will spend her red key. I'll put this up here. See what keys we spent. Alright, so she'll get this relic, the statue. It's putting it on the cursed side. So it has a free trigger. You can exhaust it to add 2 cursed tokens to the chaos bag and deal 1 damage to a humanoid enemy at your location. And then you have an action. You can spend the blue, white, red, or yellow key to ready it and flip it to its other side. I don't know how you would have the red key, honestly, since you had to use the red key to get it. But okay, 2 more actions. She will Pathfinder. She will move. And we will move into one of these locations. Alright, we get the second floor hall. This is the Hall of Loyalty. It is a 4-shroud, 2 clues. You can take a trigger to spend the red, blue, red, white, or yellow key to choose 3 of the following. Heal 1 damage, draw 2 cards, gain 3 resources, add 4 bless tokens to the chaos bag. It is a victory point 1. Right, Silas will draw a copy of Granny Orn. I think we'll just drop this. We have too many cards in our hand, and I don't think we need a second copy of her. So we'll just drop that. I'll regret it if she dies, but... Alright, and then Amanda will get another copy of Deduction. Trigger Dream Enhancing Serum, and she'll draw a card. She gets Whispers from the Deep. That's a little bit unfortunate, but maybe not too unfortunate. I think we can play around it. Alright, we're at 3 of 6 Doom. And Silas will draw Stone Barrier. Attached to the nearest location without a stone barrier attached. If attached location is flooded, a stone barrier gains a surge. While stone barrier is ready, investigators cannot move out of attached location. You can test agility 1, fight 2, or intellect 3. If you succeed, exhaust a stone barrier. Horrible location for that, but it is what it is. Okay, Amanda gets... Fulfill the Oath. This is the one I wanted to put I Have Truth on. So if it's Act 1, which it is, we're going to test Agility 3, and we're going to take a damage if and when we fail. I think we're okay with failing this. So we are at 3v3. Actually, we'll commit Whispers to the Deep. Yeah. Now we're at 2v3. Alright, we get the tablet. So we would drop our key if we had one. We do not, so we're okay. We take a damage, which we'll put on Thomas Dawson. Alright, now she has to draw a card to replace momentum. She gets Time-Worn Brand. Timely enough. Oh, and we have to put a card under her. I'm going to use 3 ace. I'm going to put commit 3. Yeah, I'll put 3 aces under her. As it is my intention to use 3 aces this turn. Okay, Silas is going to do the Stone Barrier. Wield action 1. We'll go ahead and commit Unrelenting to this. We will seal 2 zeros and the -1. And the +1. We get to draw 2 cards. We'll get Peter Sylvester and a Daring. We are testing agility. We're at 6 to beat 1. -3, we pass. We will use his ability to pull back the Unrelenting. And this is exhausted. We're really trying to draw for a weapon here. We'll take another action to draw a card. We get a quick thinking. And we'll take his last action to draw a card. Which is another Unrelenting. Alright, so Amanda will commit all 3 aces and the deduction to this investigate test. This will draw her 3 cards and 3 resources. She gets a Vicious Blow level 2, a Promise of Power, and a Momentum. She gets 2 clues. Alright, she'll Pathfinder out. She can move because the Stone Barrier is clear. Action 2, she'll move into the other location. Alright, this is the Hall of Rebirth. Forced after you reveal the Hall of Rebirth, draw the set-aside Apostle of Dagon enemy. So he is a 2/3/2. He gets a +2 health, so he's really a 2/5/2. After Apostle of Dagon enemy enters play, place the set-aside black key on it. The black key is what we need for that location. When the investigator deals 1 or more damage to the Apostle of Dagon, add 1 curse token to the Chaos bag. He's a victory point 1. And we'll spawn him on Amanda. But immediately, she will use the Teachings of the Order, exhaust it, and you can choose one of the following to defeat a non-elite enemy at your location, which that would be the Apostle of Dagon. He's not a limit. He is not elite. So we get this black key on Amanda, and this guy goes into the victory display. So, neat. And then she'll move back into the central location. Alright, Silas will draw Internal Injury. That will probably change up what I'm doing. He has to get rid of cards. He's got a bazillion cards here. I don't think we need 2 Unrelentings. We don't need another Peter Sylvester. Although Unrelenting could make us We'll probably get it back at some point with this Elder Sign. We want the quick thinking. We need the brute force. We need to look what I found. I think we'll actually drop both of our darings. There's an argument for dropping lucky instead, but... Alright, Amanda will draw. She gets Obscure Studies. 4/6 Doom. Silas will get Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, you have to search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and draw it, shuffling the encounter deck. So, this thing should be ready. We're going to grab an Acolyte. I think we'll put it up in the hall, the 3rd floor. The idea being that Amanda can take it out with the statue. Okay, Amanda draws Esoteric Ritual. This is a test for willpower. If you fail, choose and discard 2 cards from your hand, or discard an asset you control. Curse tokens revealed in this test, you do both. Instead, if you fail, we are actually at... we have Thomas Dawson getting us up to... 2, 3... So what I think I'm going to do actually is we will, so we're also getting the Eye of Truth on this, but I'm going to go ahead and commit, or put Obscure Studies under her, which gives the 3 aces back into my hand. The idea with that being that it's just going to be easier for me to get the, once I loot my deck, which I will do here quite quickly, I'll be able to pull back the other 3 aces into my hand. Plus Obscure Studies gives me a nice bonus. So now I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're at 7, 8, 9, 10 to beat 4. Okay, +1. We are not getting curses out of the bag. Not that I'm complaining, but... Alright. Oh, you know what I should have done is... Oh, wow. Yeah, I should have had, I should have Silas commit Quick Thinking, and then he could have done the Stone Barrier before Amanda's turn. I don't know that it matters that much. But anyway, we passed that, so. No discarding assets. Okay. Beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. She will get Overpower. So we could overpower the Acolyte. Take this time to put down the Time-Worn Brand. Do we have time for all of that? Is it worth that to avoid curse tokens in the bag? I think it is worth it to get her set up. We'll put the Overpower under her. Actually, yeah, we'll do it. Alright, so Silas is going to go first, and he needs to test this Stone Barrier. He is going to do Agility. He's going to commit Quick Thinking and Unrelenting here. Unrelenting, he's going to do the 2 cultists and the -4. Alright, so we are at 5, 6, 7 to beat 1. We get a -1, so we succeed by 2. We will pull back the Unrelenting. We'll let the Quick Thinking go off, which gets our action back. The Stone Barrier is exhausted. actually... No, that's fine. I actually didn't actually need the extra action here. We will action 2, or for a free action, I guess. We'll take the black key from Amanda. We will then spend the black key to do the action here. So we have unlocked the 3rd floor. Then I think we take a resource, so we're just able to play the chainsaw when it shows up, and we can play Look What I Found later. We can, or maybe we'll even get a weapon. At some point it would be nice to get a weapon, but alright, we'll take a resource. We did usability, and we do get a damage from internal injury. Alright, good shape. Alright. So now Amanda is free to go in and whack the Acolyte. She will spend 5 resources to play her Time Worn Brand. She will Pathfinder in. This is the Halls of Silence. It's 4 shroud, 2 clue location. Forced, after the Hall of Silence is revealed, puts the other side purple key on it. After an investigator at this location fails a skill test, add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. So action 2, she is going to whack this Acolyte with a Time Worn Brand. She is at 6v3. She'll commit momentum to this. She'll be at 7v3. -2. Alright, so she succeeded. She gets to draw a card off Overpower, which will be another Overpower. Acolyte is dead. So we were at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We were at 2. Oh, I forgot Thomas Dawson. So we were at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, 7's right. 5. So we succeeded by 2. So the momentum makes this investigate we're about to do. We're investigating at 2v2. So we'll go ahead and commit perception and deduction to this. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To beat 2. +1. So that is both clues, and she gets to draw 2 cards. We're going to draw the cards first in case we get a cracked case, because I know there's one in there. We get Dream Diary, which is a card we want to play, and Vicious Blow. The Vicious Blow lets us use Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card. It is Promise of Power, so didn't quite get there with the cracked case. We got the 2 clues and the purple key, which I had forgotten to put on the location. Okay, Silas draws Track Shoes. Amanda draws Grizzly Totem. Alright, we're 5-6-2. This is ready. And Silas will get Esoteric Ritual. This is the 4 power. We get the Eye of Truth, so we're actually at 8v4. We get a -1, so we pass. Okay, and then Amanda will draw. Oh, fulfill the oath. If it is Act 1, it is. Test 3 agility. Okay. I mean, do we mind taking a damage? We kind of are okay with this. Yeah, sure. All right. We're at 2v3. Okay, we get the skull, which is the number of keys that we spent, which is 2, and so we take a damage. We could kill the lab assistant. Presuming that we'll get another one soon, but no, we'll just take a damage on her, it's fine. So Amanda will draw her last card, which we knew was a cracked case. Okay. Alright, Amanda will put the Promise of Power under her. Actually, she could put the Overpower under her. Does that make sense? She would be at a 4v2? 5v2. Yeah, she'll put the Overpower under her. Alright, so she'll go in and actually test this thing. Alright, so Amanda will Pathfinder in. Action 1. She's going to test the stone barrier. She is at 5 because of Thomas Dawson. 5v1. And of course we could Granny Yarn if we need to. -2. Okay. Stone barrier. And we draw a card from the Overpower. We put a horror on the lab assistant. And then we draw a card. All right, we draw momentum. All right, so we'll move. Oh, you know, I did this way so that Silas would be able to clear his internal injury, and I just realized it takes an action. Oh, well. All right. So she'll spend 2 resources for her last action. To play the Dream Diary. She's got one more piece of her rig to get in play, and then we're in good shape. That's the Grizzly Totem. So, all right. Silas will action 1 move. Action 2, he will. They will advance. They have to spend 6 clues, which I'll spend 2 from. Actually, we'll leave Silas with 2. We'll spend the 6 1, 3, 4. The 6 from Amanda. The reason I want to keep some for Silas is that there's advantage to him having clues later on in the scenario. Okay, so we're advancing. All right, we have secrecy. Each of the Order's chambers are devoted to an aspect of their grand scheme. The secret that lies at the foundation of the Order, the poison that dwells at the roots of Innsmouth. But whatever that secret is just beyond your grasp, at least until the moment you discover the truth behind the building itself. It is nothing but a cover for the Order's headquarters. As you unlock the pathway that leads to the cavernous depths beneath the building, you wonder what secrets could possibly dwell below. If a suspect enemy is in play, there's not. Remove it from the game. Remove each location other than the grand entryway from the game, or add them to the victory display if they have victory X and no clues on them. So that would be this one and this one. Go to the victory display. Then we shuffle the other side Tidal Tunnel's locations and put each of them into play, increase the flood level of each location, and then shuffle each set aside Syzygy and Tidal Alignment card into the encounter discard, along with the encounter discard pile. Alright, so we will do that, and I will be right back. Alright, so we have this new setup. All of these Tidal Tunnel locations are connected to the grand entryway. We have this new act, the second oath. You descend into the caverns beneath the Order of Dagon's headquarters, unaware of the horrific fate that awaits you in the depths. Well, it's a little foreshadowing, but also a little bit of, we already know what happens because we've been here before. Each suspect enemy gets +2 health, loses a loop and cannot be parlayed with, and you can take a free trigger to spend the blue, red, white, or yellow key to discard each obstacle card attached to a location. Objective: if an investigator has unlocked the final depths, advance. Alright, Silas, his last action. Spend 3 to play track shoes. Alright, and then he takes a damage from internal injury. So we've just been too busy to deal with it. Alright, upkeep. Silas will draw, take heart. Could have used that a while ago. Although, I guess we're good on cards in here. I don't know. Anyway, and then Amanda will get second copy of 3 Aces, which means she can exhaust Dream Enhancing Serum. Draw another card. Deduction. Alright, the agenda advances. We have Encounter in the Deep. In a flooded hall of the Order, you come across an onyx statue depicting a creature similar to the ones you saw in the Devil's Reef. Just as you are pondering the nature of its existence, you hear a faint chanting up ahead. Before you can interrupt the strange syllables, there is a splash behind you. You hide and hold your breath as the figure approaches. The gentle sloshing of their steps passes and fades into the distance. You shadow the figure, following them to the site of their ritual, and we add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Right. Amazingly, we are now at 8 curses in the chaos bag. I cannot believe. I've played this a couple of times, and I've usually drawn like a gazillion curses. So maybe my shuffling's just been bad this time, or beneficially good to me. But anyway, okay. One thing we forgot to do was to increase the flood level of all the locations, so we'll do that. If a jailbreak is listed under memories recovered, yes, there is, then we spawn the suicide suspect enemy, which is a Theria Gilman, so let me grab her. She is a 3/5/3, except she's a 3/7/3. And the parlay and stuff doesn't matter. She is elite, and she is going to, what does it say? Where does she spawn? Okay, the 3rd floor location, but this is the reason that I wanted to advance so fast, is she doesn't spawn there now. She's going to spawn in the grand entryway, and put aside a blue key on her, so she gets a blue key, and we're going to spawn her on Amanda, because Amanda is ready to go. Alright. We're on to the next agenda, which is what lurks below, version 1. Forest, when your term is same forest as before, 16 threshold. And now we do encounters. Silas will get a locked door, so this we can put anywhere. We're going to put on the location where we're at. Right, and then Amanda with It was Serenary and Deep One. It's 2/3/2. It's a prey is lowest willpower. It's a hunter. Forced, after it engages you, you have to add 2 curse tokens to the chaos bag, which now means the chaos bag is completely full. And we could use the teachings of the order to just get rid of all of it, but I don't think we're ready to yet. So, anyway, Amanda cracks her knuckles. Good. Was a bad move. Putting 2 curse tokens in the bag. All right, Amanda draws a card at the beginning of the round. She gets a perception, and she will put a vicious blow under her. So I think Amanda's going to go first. Let's kill this deep one first. We are at 6v2, 7v2 because of Thomas Dawson. All right. Finally, we're drawing curse tokens. On a 0. Okay. So we still succeed because we're at a 7. So this is dead. We do 4 damage to it. Okay. Now we're going to, second action, go against a third Gilman. We're at 7v3. Okay, we get the cultist. If we get a curse, it's going to be an auto fail. Oh, Elder Sign. Whew, I was a little bit sweating it. All right, so she takes 4 damage from that. So we're going to take our last action. Because we did 4 damage on that, I'm pretty okay with swinging, and if we miss, then Silas can hit her with a brute force, and we can take the cultist out of the bag. One consideration here is to take the cultist out of the bag using Unrelenting. If Silas committed that would make sure that Amanda was in good shape. But we're if we miss, it's not a big deal. Silas can handle it. So, here we go. We are at 7v3. We'll go ahead and commit Essence of the Dream. So with 4 icons. This is just in case we draw a bunch of curses. So we're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 v3. Okay, curse. -3. That's -5. So we were at 11. So that brings us down to 6, which is still enough to do 4 damage and kill her, and she is done. And we got 2 curses out of the bag. And Amanda gets the blue key, which she could use to flip the statue. All right. So Silas will then take 2 actions to clear internal injury. And then he's going to move into one of these locations, and we'll just start opening up the map. So this Tidal Tunnel is the underground river. It's a 4-shroud, 4-clue location. Cannot be fully flooded. After it's revealed, increases blood level, but we can't because it can't be fully flooded. So we got 4 clues and a victory point. We want to clear this one out. That's his Last action. All right, Silas will draw another emergency cash. We have to drop one card. At this point, we'll just, do I really want to drop an emergency cash? Can use the resources a lot for those look what I found. We'll drop the lucky. Did we drop the brute force? No, it's good to have that. We'll drop the lucky. Alright. And then Amanda will draw and gets an Inquiring Mind. Alright, we're at 1 doom. Of 6, and Silas will get Stone Barrier. Okay. It's not too bad a place for it to be. Then Amanda will draw. She gets a Wizard of the Order. So we'll just put this guy here. And at the beginning, he gets a Doom into the Mythos phase. Right. The beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. She gets Whispers from the Deep, so that clearly has to go under her. Okay, I think Silas will go. He is going to investigate committing Take Heart. He is at 3v4. He'll draw a curse token. So he's at 1v4. Curse token, negative 1v4. And a 0. So there's no pathway for me to make that. Let's see. Now, I'm not sure how Eucatastrophe interacts here. So we will just let the Take Heart go off. I was going to look what I found, but I can't get up to within 3 of that. So we'll just take the 2 cards and 2 resources and be done with it. So we get a Meat Cleaver and a Sea Strange Harpoon. Finally getting weapons. Okay, action 2, we will investigate again. We still want to fail by 2, or fail by 3, but we can Granny Orin back up. So we're at 3v4. Investigating at 3v4. We get a Cultist. Just draw another, and if it's okay, negative 4. Okay, so we fail by 4. You can Granny Orin to fail by 3 instead, and then we can spend 4 resources for 2 Look What I Found to clear the location of clues. We cannot leave this turn because of the Stone Barrier. I think we'll just draw. We're still trying to get our chainsaws. I think I will take a resource so that we can. I could play the emergency cash for resources, but I'd like to play those to load up the chainsaw when we get it. I'll just take a resource. Alright, so Amanda will do the first thing she's going to do is take an action to spend the blue key, and then she can flip over the statue. On the other side is Now we have exhaust it to deal 1 damage to a humanoid enemy or location, or you can exhaust it to remove 2 curse tokens from the chaos bag and replace them with an equal number of bless tokens. We will exhaust it right now to do that. Okay, she will Pathfinder. Guy engages her. She gets a underwater cavern. It is 2 shroud, 2 clues. Action move. You can move to any flooded cave location. After it's revealed, it becomes fully flooded. Alright, so now we are going to whack the Wizard of the Order with a Time Worn Brand. We're at 3v4 due to Whispers from the Deep. We will spend 1 resource to play Practice Makes Perfect on this. And through the top 9 cards. I have 2 copies of 3 Aces, so we could automatically succeed this with another copy of 3 Aces. We could also hit, find an overpower. But if we automatically succeed, if we get the 3 resources from the 3 Aces, we could put the Grizzly Totem into play this turn, which would be amazing. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, there's only 3 cards left in my deck after the 9, so we have pretty good odds of hitting the 3 Aces. We do. We hit the 3 Aces. So we'll commit that, plus the other 2 copies of 3 Aces. First, we have to draw 3 cards. We get Overpower, Practice Makes Perfect, and Inquiring Mind. We have another copy of Inquiring Mind, so we'll trigger the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which is a Lab Assistant. I actually did the math wrong because I forgot about Thomas Dawson, but whatever. 3 Aces automatically succeeds. So the Wizard of the Order is dead. For her last action, she'll spend 3 resources and play the Grizzly Totem. One copy of 3 Aces goes back into her hand. Silas draws Resourceful. That's good. A resource. Use that to get a Look What I Found back. And then Amanda will draw the Awakened Mantle. Okay, this is nice. This is like another Pathfinder, so that's good. She is over her hand size and has to drop some cards. So we'll drop the 2 Promise of Powers. I really regret having these in my deck at this point. Just all the curses. We don't want to add more curses. Oh, man. I'll probably drop the Overpower. Although that is a target for Dream Enhancing Serum. Yeah, I'll drop the Overpower. Feel pretty confident in her ability to fight as needed. Alright, we're at 2 of 6 Doom. Silas draws a locked door. Okay, there should be clues on Amanda's location, so that's where the locked door goes. So, happy day. And then Silas will get another stone barrier. Okay, so he's going to have to get out of there, and then both of the stone barriers will be there, so that's nice. Alright. So we'll have Amanda go first. Oh, she has to draw her card from the beginning of upkeep. Or beginning, she gets Obscure Studies. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Momentum under her. Or the Inquiring Mind. The Inquiring Mind, I think everywhere we go would have clues. Yeah, so we'll put the Inquiring Mind under her. And then I'll have her go first and see what we see. So action 1, she'll use the action on the underwater cavern to move to another flooded location, and she'll just go to the one up top. Alright, so this is the doorway to the depths. After the door of the depths is revealed, it places a green key on it. On the green key on the location with the most clues. Oh no. That's super unfortunate. Investigators at the doorway of the depths spend the green key and 6 clues as a group. Remember that you have unlocked the final depths. Alright. That's unfortunate because that does mean that the green key goes over here. When I thought was a blank, it's not. So, alright. Alright, there is, so if Amanda goes back there, I think there's a way that Silas actually does look what I found to get those clues, and then we can just go and get the key and not have to worry about the locked door. So I think Amanda just goes on. There should be a flood token there. I don't know where it is. Okay, so action 2. She'll spend 1 resource to play the Awakened Mantle. Getting into Silas's space. Then she'll exhaust it, and she can move to this flooded location. Then she can Pathfinder. Into this Tidal Tunnel location. This is the Underground River. This is the other Underground River. It cannot be fully flooded. After Underground River is revealed, increase its flood level, but we can't. It's 4 clues and victory point 1. Alright, so we have 1 action left. We can investigate. We can practice makes perfect, almost assure that we're going to get a deduction. And that seems good. And the next turn, we can just put a deduction under her. Alright. My plan with Silas using the look what I found may not have been as awesome as I hoped, but because he has to fail a test at the entryway. That's not awesome. Alright. Although, maybe he can use Unrelenting to do better with that. Alright. I guess we will investigate. She is at... we'll commit this perception. So she is at... and we'll spend 1 resource to play Practice Makes Perfect. Which we just know where there's a deduction in here. So we'll grab that deduction. Before we do this, we'll exhaust this guy to take 2 curses out and put 2 blesses in. Alright, so we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 4. Deduction. Curse. 8, 7 to beat 4. 2, 6, 5 to beat 4. We still succeed. We only succeed by 1. So we get to draw 1 card from the perception, which is a momentum. Joins our other momentum, so we get the Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which is Crack the Case. We get 2 clues. And the deduction goes back to hand. Okay, now Silas. We'll put this Awakened Mantle up here. Or we'll just start putting your cards up there. I don't want to crush too much. It confuses my brain, actually. Alright, so Silas will... he will test the stone barrier. He's going to test agility. He's at 6v1. Do the track shoes. We will commit resourceful. Trying to get back to look what I found. -4. So we pass. We will get back to look what I found. It's exhausted. Okay, action 2. Do it again. All right, 6v1. +1. Pass. And then we'll move out. And we'll exhaust track shoes and just test 6v3. We can just go in there. I mean, we can get that locked door. And then just get both the clues. Okay, that is -4, so we fail, which is totally fine. We can actually Granny Orn, which we will. And that makes us pass. Silas will draw Brute Force. I think we'll toss the Meat Cleaver. I think CC Harpoon is better. Maybe we just need to put it into play. Amanda gets a Dream Enhancing Serum. We are at 3 of 6 doom. Silas draws Heralds of the Deep. You test 3 willpower. 5 if your location is flooded, which it is. For each point you fail by, add 1 curse token to the chaos bag. If you cannot, it gains a surge. So we don't care that much about this. We are at 4v5 though. Okay, -4. So we could actually Eucatastrophe this, but so what we're putting in? How many curse tokens into the bag? Yeah, I think we will spend 2 to play Eucatastrophe. Committing Resourceful. And then no, actually we'll commit Quick Thinking to this test, which lets us pass, and it gets a Quick Thinking into our hand, and we don't have to put any curse tokens in. I have another Resourceful coming up in my deck, so alright. And then Amanda will get... Oh, she gets Herald of the Deep. Great shuffling job, Jeff. She is at... she gets a willpower from Thomas Dawson, so she's at 6v5. She'll commit Essence of the Dream with 4 icons to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, v5. Okay, that's a -4, so she passes. Beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. She gets a Perception. She will put a Deduction under her. Alright, Silas will go first. We will... actually, Amanda will go ahead and exhaust this to remove 2 curse tokens, which are the last 2 curse tokens from the bag. And she puts 2 blessed tokens into the bag. Alright. Now, Silas needs to draw some cards. He wants to get his resourceful and he wants to get his chainsaw. I've been holding off, and I probably shouldn't have been. I probably should have played a weapon. But I mean, he just seems to have been being useful without having a weapon in his hand, so why not? Anyway, so he's going to do the locked door. He's at 6v4. Commit Unrelenting. That to be 7v4. Thinking to be 8v4. And we'll seal the +1, or yeah, +1 and 0/0. This allows us to draw 2 cards. We get a Quick Thinking and a Headdress. Okay, again, we're at 6v4. It's 8v4. Okay, 10v4. Okay, and that's -4. So we're at 6v4. We succeed by 2. We can pull back the Unrelenting and let the Quick Thinking go off. Use ability, we get an action back. And we cleared the locked door. I wanted more actions. That's why I took the Quick Thinking back, so that I could try and I want to get out of here and not have to come back to this location. So we have 3 chances to try to get these clues and get out. Alright, so we're going to investigate at 3v2. We have a Look What I Found that we can use. Okay, that is draw another token. And if we get a curse, we auto-fail, but we won't. Okay. Okay, we're at 5v2. Okay, for 3v2, so we pass. Take the Bliss token out. And we sadly get a clue. Sadly, because I was planning to use Look What I Found. Next action, we are investigating again at 3v2. Bless, 5v2. Okay, -1. Okay, well that works. We get the clue and the key. So we've got enough to get out of here. Last action. We'll move down here. Alright, this is the Tidal Pool. To clue, it gets +1 shroud while it's partially flooded, which it is, so it's a 4 shroud. And after it's revealed, place one of the set aside face down keys and place it on Tidal Pool without looking at it. So it's a nice location for Look What I Found. Alright, Amanda's turn. Action 1, she will investigate. She's at 3v4. She'll commit Perception. An Inquiring Mind. Oh man, I've had this Grizzly Totem in play and haven't been doing anything with it. We'll add an icon with the Grizzly Totem. You know what? Actually, I'm going to throw a momentum in this. Alright, so we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 v4. +1. Alright, so we get 2 clues from the perception. We'll put a horror on Thomas Dawson. As we loop our deck and draw the 2. Alright, she draws Practice Makes Perfect and Perception. She gets 2 clues. She'll play 2 correct cases for 8 resources. Why does she need all these resources? I don't know, but mine as well. I mean, she can play down her other Dream Enhancing Serum, I guess. She will, oh, and she gets a card draw from the Grizzly Totem, which will be an Overpower. Alright, then she will exhaust the Awakened Mantle. Move to this location. She will Pathfinder. Let's move to this Tidal Tunnel, which is the Underwater Cavern. I thought it was... Am I missing one? I am. I'm missing a Tidal Tunnel location. Not that it matters anything, but we know what it is. Okay, so this is the exact same one as the other one. It comes fully flooded, so with 2 clues. But it means my momentum play was not awesome because I don't care about these clues. I mean, I could get them, but I don't need them. Actually, we'll be okay. So here's the Tidal Tunnel that I missed. So she actually still has 2 actions, so I will be able to use that momentum. So that's nice. So next action, she can move from that location to another flooded location, because that location is flooded. And this is another Tidal Pool, so it's a 4 Shroud, 2 clue. And it gets a key. So she'll investigate. And it's actually the Shroud is down to 1. So she is at 2, 3. We'll commit Essence of the Dream. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. V1. And she gets a plus token. +1. So that wasn't investigate. I didn't put the clues out there, but now there are clues out there. Now she has them. And we get this key, which is the white key. So she has the white key, Silas has the green key. And it is time to start moving this thing along. Alright, Silas will draw the Wave-Worn Idol. I don't think that's going to be useful as... I mean, I guess if enemies spawn, you can do things, but... we have to drop 2 cards now. I'm inclined to just drop the Wave-Worn Idol and the Headdress, as good as they are. Although they could be... Soaks, not that great. He doesn't really need the Soaks. Alright, and a resource. Okay, and then Amanda will draw Promise of Power. And a resource. Alright, we're 4 of 6 doom. And Silas gets Mysterious Chanting. So we'll just grab an Initiative Dagon. Put it here in the middle. And Amanda could just snipe that. Okay, Amanda will draw. She gets title alignment. Choose a location where there's at least one investigator and increase that location's flood level. Each investigator at the chosen location takes 1 damage. If the chosen location's flood level is not increased by this effect, title alignment gains a surge. So we'll just increase Amanda's location and she'll take a damage. We could just kill off the lab assistant. We will. I'll just kill off the lab assistant. We have resources. We can play another. And we have one in our hand. Okay. So, beginning of the round, Amanda draws a card. It is a Vicious Blow, which we can exhaust Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card. So we have 2 Vicious Blows, and we have Whispers from the Deep. Oops! Well, that goes underneath us. Alright. So, Silas will just go ahead. No, actually, I think Amanda. No, Silas has to go first because he's got the green key. Yep. Alright, he is going to investigate. He is at 3v4. Okay, we get -4. So the skull is worth -4. So he's Granny Orn. So he's failing by 3, and then spend 2 resources to play Look What I Found. Get both clues. And this key, which is the yellow key. Alright. That's action 1. Action 2. He's going to move. He will exhaust Trek Shoes. He's at 6v3. And he gets the cultist. Drawing another card, or a token, is -3. He passes. So he gets to move on. So the doorway to the depths, and then he can use the option there to spend 6 clues, which he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we get now. We have unlocked the final depths. So we get to advance the act. Alright, so we get loyalty. The more you explore the caverns, the more alien and human the architecture becomes. Soon it feels like you've crossed the threshold of another world entirely. It's reminiscent of the ruins you saw beneath Devil Reef. But those depths are miles from here, right? Or is this network of caves so vast it spans the entirety of Innsmouth? Soon you come upon a grand set of doors at the center of the web of gilded corridors. Many other paths stem from this hall, but it is this door and the strange, heavy breathing that thrums throughout the walls of the floor that calls to you. Put the set-aside Lair of Dagon location into play, fully flooded. Put the set-aside Dagon enemy into play at Lair of Dagon, deep in slumber, side face up. Check the current agenda. If it is agenda 1, you add 10 curse tokens. If it's at 2, we add 5 curse tokens. So We'll add 5 curse tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curse tokens to the bag. Alright, so we get this Lair of Dagon, which comes in fully flooded. It's connected to the doorway to the depths. So let me rearrange things so that this looks a little bit more presentable. Okay, and then we have Dagon, who's deep in slumber. Dagon is slumbering. He cannot attack or engage, and is immune to investigator actions and player card effects. After an investigator at this location fails a skill test, place 1 resource on Dagon. Then, if there's at least 4 resources on Dagon, flip him. You can spend 1 key to remove 1 resource from Dagon. And we have the new act, which is the third oath. The Order's final secret lies just beyond this door, the entity to which this Order's service is pledged. The creature that holds them in its clutches, the conspiracy's beating heart. Each suspect enemy, there's not one, gains the +2 health. Then you can spend the blue, red, white, or yellow key to discard each obstacle at the same trigger about obstacles, and you disrupt the Order's ritual by placing clues on this act. If there are 6 clues in this act, advance. And, of course, Silas will charge right in. He will move in here. After you enter the Lair of Dagon, test your lowest skill 3. If you fail, take 1 horror. Okay. So his lowest skill right now would be Intellect 3. So he's going at 3v3. It's a victory point 1, and there are 6 clues on it. Okay, we're going to test 3v3. We're going to commit Unrelenting. And we just want to draw cards. I'm going to fail this test. It's okay. I kind of want Dagon to wake up so I can slaughter him. Alright, we did the 0, 0, and the +1. We get to draw 2 cards. We draw Eureka. And the chainsaw. Finally the chainsaw. Alright. Alright. We're 2 up. At 5v3 -1. Okay, we pass. We will pull Unrelenting back to hand. And now it is Amanda's turn. Amanda will use the Awakened Idol. Oh, I didn't finish reading this. So you can test Willpower 3 or Agility 3. If you succeed, place 1 of your clues on the current act. You may spend 1 key to place 1 more of your clues on the current act. Victory point 1. So that's how you get clues on the act. Okay, so she's using the Waveworn Idol to move here. The initiative of Dagon engages her. She will just exhaust the statue and kill it. Forgot to put the fully flooded token on the Lair of Dagon. Very, very important. All right. She will Pathfinder. First action, she'll move. Okay, she's going to go at 1v3. She's not going to commit anything to this. Testing her intellect at 1v3. Again, we don't mind if we wake him up. Alright, we get a +1. We still fail. We take a horror. which we will put on Thomas Dawson. And we have to put a resource on Dagon. Alright, she will spend 2 resources to play Lab Assistant. She gets to draw 2 cards. She gets an Overpower and 3 aces. There's 2 copies of 3 aces. She will exhaust the Dream Enhancing Serum. Nope, she already did that. Okay. Got 2 copies of 3 aces. Alright. And I suppose now we will investigate committing perception and deduction. Shroud there. Oh, wait. Before we do anything else, we'll use the teachings of the Order to remove the flood token. You know what? Actually, we won't. We'll wait in case. We'll do it. We'll remove the flood token. All right. So they can. Okay. Now we're investigating. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll commit Essence of the Dream. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 to beat 3. You know what? Silas will commit Quick Thinking to this. For 10 to beat 3. Okay. 9, 8 to beat 3. Plus 1. Okay. So to succeed by 2, Silas will take a resource. This will allow him to get Chainsaw out next turn. Amanda succeeds by 2. She gets to draw 2 cards. She gets an Inquiring Mind and a Promise of Power. And she gets 2 clues. Silas draws a Silas's Net. We will probably just get rid of his net. I don't think we need it. Right, Amanda will draw Practice Makes Perfect, which allows her to Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which should be her 3 aces. It is. Alright, so we've got all the copies of 3 aces now. Alright. We're at 5 of 6 doom. Silas will get an Acolyte, who doesn't matter. It's not relevant. We'll put him right outside, though. And Amanda will get Priest of Dagon. Alright. So he spawns at any empty location when he would be defeated or evaded. If there's no doom on it, instead heal all damage from it, ready it, put 1 doom on it at the end of the round. If Priest of Dagon is ready and there's no doom on it, place 1 doom on it. We have to put it here. Alright. Beginning of the round, Lab Assistant takes a horror as Amanda cycles her deck. She draws Deduction. Alright. She'll put Deduction under her. Alright, Silas will go first. She'll spend 4 resources to play Chainsaw, which starts with 3 supplies. And then he will play Emergency Cash. It's about 4 on it. And then for his last action, he will take the action on the act or location. He's going to test his willpower. He's at 4. And we'll commit Eureka to be 5. This is 5v3. Okay, that's -3. We'll use Granny Orn to succeed. This was 1. And we will move one of our clues onto the act. And because Eureka, we look at the top 3 cards and grab 1. It's Lucky, Resourceful, and Take Heart. We'll take Resourceful. That'll let us get our Yuki Catastrophe back, which we desperately want. Alright, it's Amanda's turn. We're going to investigate. We're at 3v3. We will commit, I think we'll spend 1 for Practice Makes Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just grab a Perception. Commit this. Along with, that's probably fine. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Commit Essence of the Dream. No, 6, 7 with the Dream Diary. Before we do this, we'll use the this ability to put 2 Bless in and take 2 Curse out. We're using the Grizzly Totem, right? Yes. So we are at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to each of 3. Okay, -4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We succeed on the nose. We draw a card from the Grizzly Totem, which is another deduction. We draw a card from the Perception, which is another perception. And we get 2 clues. All right, we'll do this again. Commit Perception, Inquiring Mind. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 3. And we 9, 10, 11. The Bless. Okay, 12. So we succeed by a lot. Bless comes out. We get 2 cards. Draw Inquiring Mind, which will now be useless, and Crack the Case. We will play Crack the Case to give Silas 3 resources. And we get the last 2 clues. Okay, and then for the last action, should have committed momentum to that, but we didn't. We'll just fail a test here so we can get Big Boy out. We'll go at 2v3. Yeah, we'll go at 3v3. We'll use willpower. 3v3. We'll even commit the Dream Enhancing Serum to be 1 up before v3. -1. We're successful, so we'll put a clue. Alright, just gotta get 4 more. Okay, upkeep. Silas will draw, gets a chainsaw. Some mighty fine icons there. a resource, and Amanda will get Crack the Case. All right, agenda advances. The silence that pervades the building retreats as sinister chanting rises from the depths, each uncanny syllable a reminder of the Order's inhuman origins. What was once the rhythmic drip, drip, drip of trickling water is now a distant, roaring sound of rushing floodwater. But there's also something else, the rumbling of something enormous, something that stirs under the bedrock. Add 4 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Okay. 4 curse tokens go in. And we get the ritual advances. The building rumbles to its foundations. Something sinister is happening deep within the deep below the halls of the Order of Dagon. If you don't stop it, who knows what may be unleashed? And it's got the same forced. That's why we wanted to remove the split token. And then Silas will get Initiate of Dagon. Oh wow. Okay. So we're going to start generating Doom like crazy here. Put it here. Amanda will get Secret Gathering. Add a curse token to the chaos bag. Test for willpower. If you fail, place 1 Doom on each cultist enemy. And take 1 horror. 2 horror. Okay. Instead of curses revealed during this test. So that's a problem. That's a real problem. Because, well, actually, it's not a big problem. I think we can just go on a merry chase to kill all the cultists, and it'll be easier to kill if we put Doom on them. So yeah, let's just fail this. That's good. Alright. Alright, so she is at 3v4. And gets curse token. Okay. We're taking 2 horror. Auto fail. Okay, well. So she takes 2 horror. I was just checking Dagon to make sure that he is, he's not massive actually, which means that you can still use Pathfinder. Alright, so then everybody gets a cult. Everybody gets a Doom. Alright, and then Amanda will draw a card. She'll get a momentum. Use Dream Enhancing Serum to draw another card, which will be Lab Assistant. Alright, and then we have to put something under her. Probably just an Overpower. Okay. So, yeah, Amanda just needs to deal with stuff. So she will use the Pathfinder to move. She'll exhaust this to kill the Acolyte. She'll use the Waveworn Idol, or the Awakened Mantle, sorry. The Awakened Mantle. She'll move in here. The Priest of Dagon's on her. She will attack the Priest of Dagon. She is at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to beat 3. We'll use the totem to beat 8 to beat 3. curse. 876 to beat 3. That's -3, so we just pass. So how about is -3? She gets to draw 2 cards, so she'll kill the lab assistant, giving her the horror. And she cycles her deck, and then she'll draw 2 cards. Draws a card from the Overpower, which is Practice Makes Perfect. And then she draws a card from the Totem, which is Deduction. And that was her first action. Second action, she'll spend 2 resources to put down another Lab Assistant. She can draw 2 cards. She'll get Perception and Dream Enhancing Serum. She did kill this guy. There's really no reason to move in to this location with the Initiative Dagon yet, given that she doesn't have any actions to swipe at him. So she'll spend 3 resources to play her other Dream Enhancing Serum. Since apparently she does not have enough cards. Okay, Silas is going to go at 4v3 to put a clue on. Okay, +1. He's successful in putting a clue on. Action 1. Action 2, he'll do it again. At 4v3, 0. He puts another clue on. And we'll spend a key. Well, there's no reason to. And then last action. To put a clue on. He's got these 2 keys, we didn't even use them. (4v3). Okay, curse. -2. Okay, so we do fail this one. So we'll put a resource on Dagon. Gonna fail 2 more tests so we can mess with him. Okay. Upkeep, Silas will get Siren's Call. Something we'll want to clear. And then Amanda will get Whispers from the Deep. Alright, we're at 2 of 6 doom. Silas will get an Acolyte. It's kind of unfortunate. Put it right there with the doom. Amanda will get the Cenarian Deep one. Alright. Add 2 curses to the bag. We could use Teachings of the Order to clear all the curses out of the bag. But we'll see. Alright, Amanda draws Inquiring Mind. Okay. Wait. Amanda needed to have dropped a bunch of cards. She needed to drop 3 cards. We'll drop Perception that we don't need. Inquiring Mind that we don't need. And Cracked Case that we need. Okay, yeah, so now she's got Inquiring Mind. We have to put Whispers of the Deep under her. Okay, so Amanda goes first. She will use the Awakened Mantle to move into this location. She will use the statue to just kill it. Initiative Dagon. She will then Pathfinder back Oh, wait. Oh, we've got this guy on her, which, I mean, she could still do everything she's done. But we will go ahead and kill it with committing a vicious blow. So we are at 1 or 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 V2. It's probably okay. We'll commit a momentum. It's be 8 V2. Okay, 0. So that guy is dead. We did 4 damage to him. Now we'll Pathfinder back. Move. And we'll attack the Acolyte. The test is reduced by 3, so we're going at a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 to be 0. Okay, it's curse. Curse. Bless. 0. Okay, so these come out, and we pass the test. The Acolyte is dead. Silas spend 2 actions to clear Siren's Call. And 1 action, he's going to test 4v3 on the willpower to try and put his last clue up there. Six v3. Okay, cultist. We draw another. I guess 2. Okay, we pass. So Silas puts his last clue. So I only need to put 1 more clue up there. I think we might just win without bringing Dagon out, as keyed up as I am to do that. It would be fun to use this chainsaw. Alright. Silas draws Lucky. No resource. Amanda draws Correct the Case. 2 of 6 doom. Alright, Esoteric Ritual, test 4. If you fail, either choose and discard 2 cards from your hand or discard an asset you control. If one or more curse tokens are revealed during this test, do both instead. Okay. We can probably lose the track sheets if we need to. We're going at 4v4. +1. We still pass. Ugh. I can't fail a test. Why do I fix everything I touch? And Amanda will get Tidal Alignment. Choose a location with at least 1 investigator. Increase the location's flood level. Alright, we're going to increase Amanda's. Actually, we can increase the flood level with the Lair of Dagon. And, that allows Amanda to use the Awakened Mantle to get in there. Not that it matters, but okay. And Silas takes the damage. Alright, so the question is, do I try to awaken Dagon? Oh, Amanda draws a card at the beginning of the round, and she gets a Perception. I am going to put a Vicious Blow under her Trying to be very optimistic that I will be able to do this. Okay, so Silas is just going to do 2 and 3 investigates. We're at 3v3. Auto fail. Okay, great. So that puts a resource on Dagon. Investigate. -1. He fails. Okay, so now Dagon wakes up, and we get his other side. He is a 4/6/4, but really it's a 4/18/4. He's massive. After an investigator of this location fails a skill test, ready, Dagon, and Dagon attacks that investigator. Does 2 damage, 3 horror, victory point 1. Alright, let's go. Alright, Silas will take a shot with the chainsaw. Committing a resourceful. Silas is at 4. Gets +2 from the chainsaw. 5, 6, 7 from the resourceful. And we'll do 3 damage. 7v4. We've got Lucky and Granny Orn. Curse. And -1. So that's -3 total. As we pass, we'll get back to Eucatastrophe from Resourceful. And we do 3 damage. Okay, now is it possible for Amanda to do 15 damage in one turn? I don't think so, but let's see. Alright, we'll use the Awakened Mantle to move in. We'll actually use Pathfinder. It gives her an out if she needs to leave. Alright. If she has to test her lowest stat, which is going to be Intellect. We will commit Perception to this. So she's at 2, 3, 4, 5 to beat 3. Up by 2. Yeah, that's fine. We'll commit a Cracked Case to be up by 3. Okay, let's bless. Okay, -4. So she was up by 3. Then she was up by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She was at 6, 7, 8, and then 4. Succeeds by 1. She draws 1 card, which causes her to loop her deck. So she'll put a horror on the lab assistant. And she will draw a card. So I wanted to loop her deck and draw 1 card because I know there's a Vicious Blow, and we can practice Makes Perfect for the Vicious Blow. We do not want to draw the Vicious Blow here. Alright, we draw Inquiring Mind, which is useless. Okay, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we can guarantee the Vicious Blow. Alright, so now she's going to attack Dagon. Alright, she's going to attack him with the Time Worn Brand. She will spend 1 resource to play Practice Makes Perfect to grab the other Vicious Blow. Commit it. So that puts her to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 4. And Silas will commit Unrelenting. Taking out the 2 cultists and then -4 out of the bag. Okay, that's a bless. And it's an auto fail. Of course it's an auto fail. Oh my gosh. Of course it's an auto fail. Alright. So she fails on that. Yeah, he hits her for what? 3 horror? And 2 damage. So she'll take... she does get to draw a card from Thomas Dawson, but she'll take 3 horror. Hubris. And 2 damage. You know what? She'll take 1 of that horror and 1 of that, well, 2 damage, yeah. Wow, that was a really bad auto fail, because Nihilism will kill her lab assistant now. She gets to draw a card, which is cracked the case. I think I could have done enough here. But it is what it is. Alright. So we will exhaust the brand and commit 3 aces to this. Which will put 6 damage onto him. Let's see. The brand is 4. And then she gets, 6 damage. So she'll put 6 damage onto him. This is her second action. Alright. And then she's going to evade, committing Essence of the Dream. I mean, she could awaken Mantle out, actually. And then Silas just eats all of it. There's actually... Oh, she already exhausted the brand, though. So, okay. She'll just evade with the Essence of the Dream. So she's at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we'll put Obscure Studies into her to get the Vicious Blow back. Yeah. That's good. But did I draw the 3 cards? I think I did not. From the 3 aces. Yeah. So we would draw 3 cards. We would have gotten a Momentum. And Whispers from the Deep. And Overpower. And then we can exhaust Dream Hinting Serum twice for the Momentum and draw Inquiring Mind and Perception. Alright, and then we get 3 resources. Alright, so now we're putting the Obscure Studies under her, committing Essence of the Dream and Whispers of the Deep. Get rid of that. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to beat 4 on the evade. If we fail this, we just die. So we'll commit a Promise of Power. Oh, that's interesting. We will use the Teaching of the Order to get rid of all the curse tokens in the bag. Alright, so she's evading up by all that. Okay, Bless, draw again. And Elder Sign. She succeeds by a lot. Bless comes out. And Dagon is evaded. Okay, because Amanda is so close to dying, we're going to go ahead and use Pathfinder. Or use the Awakened Mantle. No, because she'll take a horror if she comes back in. So I guess we're going to stay here. I was worried she's going to drop all our clues, and we'll be the end. Silas draws Eureka. And a resource. And it draws Lab Assistant. Alright, we're at 3 of 6 to do. Silas will draw. Oh my gosh. Fulfill the oaths. This is horrible. If at Act 3, you're going to test 3 agility, then 2 fight, then 2 intellect. And if he fails any of these tests, then yeah, he gets whacked by Dagon. Okay, so we're at 6v3. That's okay. (6v3), we get -4, so we will granny on. Oh wow, you know what? Actually, I should have put the green key here, so I've been doing the skulls wrong. I don't know what change that would have made, but we'll spend 1 resource to be lucky. Hopefully it doesn't make a huge change. Okay, now we are at fight 4v2. We'll commit the chainsaw to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 v2. Okay, that's the cultist. To draw another. We don't have any curse tokens, so we're okay. 0, we pass. Okay, and now we're at 3v2 on our intellect. And we're just going at 3v2 on our intellect. Okay, -4. So we can spend 2 for you catastrophe. And we will pass that. We'll get back resourceful, commit resourceful to pull back you catastrophe. And then we pass. Alright, Amanda gets the Acolyte, which will just go right here. The Doom. Beginning of the phase, she draws a card. She takes a horror, which she'll put on herself. She gets Crack the Case. We will put under her probably a Momentum. Does Silas have enough? Let's see, we had 18 damage. I'm at 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll put Momentum under her. And because of Crack the Case, we can Dream Enhancing Serum twice, which we will do to get 3 aces and a Vicious Blow. Okay, cool. She has 2 Vicious Blows. Okay, Silas will take a shot with a chainsaw. And Amanda will commit a Vicious Blow to this. So Silas is at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10. 10 to beat 4. Okay, that's +1. So that is 5 damage. Alright, that's action 1. Action 2, take another shot with the chainsaw. She'll commit her other Vicious Blow. So we are at... actually, we succeeded by enough. Yeah, we did 5 damage. And we just need to do... Alright. She will go ahead and add the icon with the Grizzly Totem. So he's at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to beat 4. She doesn't need to do that. We're up by enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. No, she does, because the skull's worth -5. Okay, cultist. And +1. Alright. That is Dagon defeated. That's 5 more damage. Into the victory display for 1 victory point. That nearly cost Amanda her life. Okay, and then Silas will pass the rest of his turn. Alright, Silas, Amanda just needs to get 1 of her clues on the act. She's got momentum. We will commit Essence of the Dream to be at, let's see, what things can we test? We'll test willpower. So we're at 2, 3 from Thomas Dawson, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're at 8. Oh, Silas needed to draw a card from the Girly Totem, which is a take card. Okay, cool. 8v3 from Amanda is a cultist. Draw another card. 0. Draw a token, I should say. Alright, so she passes. She puts her clue. We've got 6 clues on the act, which means we can advance. And we get Rebirth. A sudden stillness permeates the chamber. The only sound you hear is the gentle rippling of the reflection pool inside the cult's hidden lair, and the pounding of your own heart in your chest as you struggle to understand what you have seen. Whatever ritual the Order was performing here has been disrupted by your hand, but Agent Dawson does not look relieved. Okay, right, he says through choked breaths. His hands shake as he lowers his weapon. Come on, quickly. We have another task to perform. Another task? You have no idea what Dawson is talking about. He notices your confusion and shakes his head. No time to explain. Follow me. Then a fuzzy darkness overtakes your memories. In your campaign log, record the Order's ritual is disrupted, and because Dagon, awakened and raged, was in the victory display, we record that Dagon has awakened, and we get R1. Wow. So, definitely some hubris there for that 1 victory point. That's a lot of HP to choose through for 1 victory point. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 VP. So I'm going to call that a good win. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I know this is a long one. I appreciate you sticking with it the whole way if you made it this far. I will see you next time on Winging It.